A social media campaign may have great success with an instance that is received well by its users, and therefore has enormous audience reach, engagement, and often participation. Take examples of videos that went viral, or any of the more multi-channel network examples that sees YouTube stars promoting their life of fun, health, or happiness surrounded by an array of lifestyle products. All of these have experienced high levels of traffic, engagement, and contribution of some sort during their media campaigns. But how do these campaigns maintain relevance and continue to increase their audience size and participation? Many times, social media producers engage in what's called an iterative design cycle. This idea is borrowed from the literature on design, and the methodology uses 4 specific phases: research, requirements, design, and evaluation. The research phase investigates questions such as the best platform to use, the key messages, who the audience is, and how to talk with them. The requirement stage reveals the form of content that is likely to be needed: a behind-the-scenes video, a chat with the CEO, a product highlight, or a discussion about the next social good campaign, for example. The design phase is the production time when the copy, video, image, updates, etc. are produced and implemented. And finally, the evaluate stage is where social media analytics are assessed to see the effectiveness of the cycle. It is this 4th stage that we are focusing on in this video. In the evaluation stage, the social media producer carefully examines the activities on all of the social media platforms to assess when high engagement moments occurred. The types of data he or she will look for include: what was the best time to publish posts to get engagement? What was the most successful form of content that was produced? What sort of content attracted the most engagement? How did users respond? Did they want to share the content? What was the response, positive or negative? When the answer to these questions have been revealed, another design cycle is initiated, this time with a more nuanced understanding of the potential outcomes of the communication strategy. Each cycle of an iterative design strategy should take around 3 months to complete, which is normally reflected in the 3-month content calendar that's constructed to align with the design cycle. It's usual practice to establish the key communication platform of the campaign, design conversational social media posts that represent that pillar, and then schedule the updates to occur in 3 months. It's the role of the social media producer to then monitor how these are received and adjust the campaign accordingly. In this context, the social media analytics are crucial to bolster the social listening of the social media producer by providing quantifiable insights. While they might think the conversation is happening on Monday at 2 p.m, the data indicates the conversation spike is at 1:45 in the afternoon. It's the social media producer's role to monitor the time bracket here, use the analytics to provide evidence, then adjust the plan to align with both the data insights and the designed lived experience of the social world. A simple example of how this operates can be seen in the food and beverage industry. So an example might be a butcher's shop who wants to boost the business customer base and engage in a social media campaign across several platforms. The content they post initially focuses around their weekly specials, which attracts a small amount of attention. Their social media producer notices that the key audience is viewing their page around 10:30 a.m, is female, and aged between 21 to 38. Now, this may infer that it's likely to be mothers who are probably looking for inspiration for the evening meal. The published content is then adjusted to include recipes, updates on the local suppliers, and background knowledge on how to prepare and cook particular cuts of meat. There's a significant boost in likes, follows, and shares on social media, along with a huge increase in engagement as customers then begin to ask questions around how to prepare different cuts of meat, where it comes from, and who the farmers are. Consequently, the weekly specials are integrated into that discussion, which attracts more customers into the butcher's shop, increasing their sales. This fairly typical social media story is only possible when the social media producer A understands how to read the vast amount of social media analytics, and B is able to translate those findings into content production that reflects these insights. When an iterative cycle is engaged by the social media producer, this type of social media management is possible. The overall concept is to understand your audience, communicate with them, grow its size, and then continually improve the use of social media, both through social listening and by interpreting social media analytics.